Okay, so I've had this guitar for a little while now, and I feel like it's been very overdue since I've made the video. I just was playing it, not making videos very often, so it just was not part of the radar. But now that I am back, and welcome to Harry & Co, by the way, thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, get all the YouTube things out of the way right out at the top. Let me show you this guitar. The Orangewood Juniper Live Orangewood rubber bridge guitar. Now, if you look very closely here, you'll notice it's not your typical bridge, and I really enjoy this guitar for a handful of reasons. And the sound and the way it handles effects is really the main part. So we're gonna hook this up in a minute and go through everything and just kind of talk about the sounds and why this guitar I think should be your next purchase. So just real quickly, I'm gonna throw up on screen here the dimensions and specs. I'll put it right over my face. It is a parlor size guitar, has layered Sapel mahogany, black obviously, rosewood fretboard, 24.75, Grover open gear, bone nut with a rubber wrapped saddle. There's flat round strings come on the guitar, and I'm actually not using those, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Single size rail humbucker, like a rails hot rod pickup. Solid spruce top, reinforced scalloped X bracing. I'm not really an acoustic guy, so I'm not super sure about what that means. Mahogany neck, acrylic inlay, C-shaped neck, rosewood bridge, 44 millimeter nut width, and a 3-ply ivory, black ivory pickguard. And it did come with a case. Which is fantastic. And I bought this guitar on sale. Well, I got it for Christmas actually, and I know I sent my wife the link at the time, and it was on sale around Christmas, so shout out Orangewood for that. But right now it comes in at a nice price of $445. So, some history with John about why I wanted this guitar. I've been wanting a parlor size guitar. I was rocking a normal Taylor acoustic for a long time, and I actually just am not a big acoustic player. I don't find them comfortable like a full size acoustic. So I wanted to try a parlor guitar. As I was searching, I got turned on to the idea of this rubber bridge from a Gretsch Jim Dandy Andertons video. And so as I started looking, I found this brand, and I had heard about them a little bit through the YouTube world of Orangewood. And I found they made one, and that's how that kind of got there. Yeah, it's like nothing I've ever played before, and it's super fun. So let's just hook it up. I'll give you a quick little rundown of like the signal flow you're gonna hear, and then we'll play it out of a mix, briefly in a mix. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it, because I've used it live, I'm gonna put a clip from a church service I played, 2 clips of it in here, and then we'll kind of wrap up with it. Let's hook everything up and play it live and talk about some pros and cons of the guitar. All right, so the rig that I am running through is my Quad Cortex rig in mono, which a video coming out about being mono soon. More yellow comp off board, and it's going right into, you'll see, but I'm running through some jazz chorus with slapback, delay, and reverb. And actually 2 delays. 1 slapback and 1 digital delay, and it's in quarter note. So, and a little EQ just to tame some sides for the live setting. Overall, finger picking wise, it sounds like this. Very pretty sounding. I'm very happy with the sound and everything like that. In church, it was being used like this.
Verse 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Verse 2, 3, 4.
I love that folky sound that this guitar provides with a little chorus and reverb on it, just chef's kiss. And it really cuts through a mix in an interesting way. Alright, one thing I love about this guitar too is its ability to use weird effects. I'm a huge Jack White fan, Third Man Records if you didn't notice. And yeah, sometimes I like playing it with some fuzz, and it's got this gross fun sound, so. I would say it's a very diverse instrument that provides a lot of tonal experiences. I pretty much play it that clean first way, but as I'm trying to write and learn and get back into music myself, I'm finding myself with that fuzzy, over-the-top thing more and more frequently that I'm actually really loving. That stuff's so much fun, and I love that style of music, so I think it's great for that. Now, the only thing I've noticed that's a little weird about the guitar, and it could be mine directly, in a very clean setting, if you're like, the low notes sometimes can spike, and so just I put a little compressor on, and I've actually found that fixes the problem. So just be aware that sometimes maybe it could be the pickup, it could be the pod, I don't know what it could be, that you might need a compressor just to help tame those low and high ends so it doesn't freak the guitar out with its current setup. Overall though, I would highly recommend this guitar to try, especially if you're trying to get into something new and you're scared to spend lots of money because it's expensive right now in the world. So definitely give this guitar a try, definitely try something new, and play something you want to play. Who cares? So have fun with it. Thanks so much for tuning in. What do you want to see next on the channel reviewed? I'm currently reviewing a couple things like the ODR in my first 48 series, the Acoustasonic in the first 48 series, and I just wanted to give this guitar a shout out. I also have some videos in the pipeline about modding your own guitar. Would that be something interesting for you to see? If it is, definitely let me know in the comments below. Until then, thank you, and we'll see you soon. Peace.